Welcome back to another episode of The Source. NBA is back, thank God, because Notre Dame sucks. I don't even want to talk about yesterday. I'm going to make the NBA picks first, and then after that, I'll get into the conference tournament picks. So let's do it.
Welcome to The Source. Hey, get the source. The source. The source. Hey, get the source.
First up, Grizzlies versus Wizards in Memphis. This line opened up Memphis minus 1.5, but a ton of Grizzlies money came in early, and I mean really early. At midnight last night, it was already moved from 1.5 all the way up to 3, and 93% of the money was in on Memphis. No changes at all in this morning's bets. Money is still pinned all over the Grizzlies. Actually, I saw a few books that bumped this line up from 3 to 3.5. If you follow me on Twitter, you already know I love the Grizzlies here. That perimeter defense should be a perfect matchup against Beal and Westbrook. I got in at 2.5, but I like the Grizzlies anything 5 and under. So give me Memphis minus 2.5. I locked it in. I'm going to do 3 units. I actually bet 5 personally, but for this video, I'm going to say 3 units. I'm also betting 1 unit on the under, which is at 236.5. So that's 3 units on Memphis minus 2.5, 1 unit on under 236.5. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. The other NBA game is Mavericks versus Spurs in Dallas. This line opened Dallas minus 4.5. Both early bets and early money slightly favoring the Mavericks here. No significant changes in the money the rest of the morning, but we do see the line move from 4.5 down to 4. Why? This makes no logical sense. To me, this looks like the books fishing. They're trying to trap some more Dallas Mavericks money, which means the books probably like the Spurs here. Tough pick here. If this was a normal NBA night, I'd definitely stay away from this game, but there's only 2 games on. Definitely going to watch them both. Definitely want to bet on them both. So I'm going to fade the public and take San Antonio plus 4. Let's lock it in for just 1 unit. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. All right, let's move on to the conference tournament games. First up, Syracuse versus NC State. This line opened Syracuse minus 2, and actually the early bets were in on the Wolfpack, but early sharp money all over Syracuse here. The line would move from 2 to Syracuse minus 2.5. For the rest of the morning, we would see some North Carolina State money creep in, and actually on a lot of books, the line has moved up to 3 now. I know that North Carolina State has won 5 games in a row, but the truth is they really haven't played anybody in that stretch. Syracuse is a much better team, and 3 points still isn't enough. Give me Syracuse minus 3 here. Let's lock it in for 1.5 units. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next up is Clemson versus Miami. This line opened Clemson minus 9 here. Early bets were favoring Clemson, but check out the money all over the Miami Hurricanes. It looks like the Sharps think 9 is way too many points. Finally, after the whole morning at 11 a.m., we finally see some Clemson money come in. No line movement yet. We're still at 9. The consensus line's still at 9, but 55% of the money is now on Clemson. I may be making a mistake, but I'm hopping on this Miami train and I'm riding it, man. 9 points is a lot. I capped this game out in the sheet and came out to Clemson minus 7. So at 9, screw it. Give me the Hurricanes. Give me Miami plus 9. Let's lock it in for just 1 unit. Screw it, 1.5 units. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next up, we're in the Big East now. Georgetown versus Marquette. This line opened Georgetown plus 3. Early bets were pretty even, but a ton of early sharp money in on Marquette. No huge changes the rest of the day. At 11 a.m., we're still looking at most of the money on Marquette. The line would move from 3 to 3.5 on most books. I'm fading all the sharp money here. I'm going with Georgetown. I love that extra half point. Give me the Hoyas plus 3.5. Marquette's the better team, but I think Georgetown shows up for this one. Let's lock it in for 1.5 units. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up, Louisville versus Duke. This line opened Louisville getting 2 points here. Early bets were on Louisville, but there was some sharp money early in on the Dukies. The consensus line would shift from 2 to 2.5, and once that happened, we do see some Louisville money start to come in. It's pretty much even things out. So we're looking at about even money, Louisville plus 2.5. I'm going to take Duke here. I'm not scared to lay in that extra half point. Truth is, Duke is a top 5 ACC team. They just got off to such a terrible start that they're in the bottom of the standings, but give me Duke minus 2.5. Let's lock it in for 1.5 units. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story next game. Next game up, Penn State versus Nebraska. This line opened Penn State minus 6, and actually the early money was all over the Nebraska Cornhuskers here. The money would even out, and at 11 a.m., we actually see the money spike the other way to Penn State. The line moves from 6 to 6.5, and actually we see 77% of the money now on the Nittany Lion. I'm fading the money here and playing Nebraska. Nebraska beat Penn State in Penn State earlier this year, And in their second meeting, they lost to Penn State by only 2 or 3 points. I think the Cornhuskers will play them tough. Give me Nebraska plus 6.5. Let's lock it in for 1.5 units. If anything changes, I will tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. Parlay of the day, I haven't picked one out yet, so I'm going to tweet it out and put it on my Instagram story. The parlay of the day for those of you that like that. But those are my picks. Let's win some money today. Let's turn around from yesterday. Yesterday sucked. I hate Notre Dame. I'll talk to you on Twitter.